Shapar, which means horn. Yayan, which means wine. SHALAM, which means to Israel. Shapar again, which means horn. I imagine, which means to stand. Salam upon Yahakodam, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Udah, I.S.U.P.K, Yahawah, Malakutka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, I.S.U.P.K, Maharataza, Kuwa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natanlanaw, Lakam, Kal, Yuwam, Wasalaknaw, Kabwatanaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabwathiyanaw, Wala, Tabiayanaw, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashaynaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wakapara, Lawalamya, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahawah, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Natanlanaw, Hakak, Lava'ah, Makal Makalah, Makal Marawa, Hakak, Latahah, Hamatazariah, Hakak, Lahakwim, Hamathium, Hakak, Arakawa, Hatamala, the Garashan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Waraman. In the English, Yahawah, in the name Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Power to cleanse the lepers, power to raise the dead, power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasharala, Wahabayah Sapaya, Barak, Rafa'ah, Magan, Hagan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waraman. We just said it, Yahawah, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahawah. Wa Yahushai. Wa Mayakal. Wa Alahayim. Tazab Yah. Alawapiyana. Halawapiyana. Hasaranya. Hakwatazayana. Hakayayalu. Bahakwafiyan. Yahawah. Ba'ashem Yahushai. The Waraman. In the English, bless you, Yahawah, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angel, commanding general YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahawah, in the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahaya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah 9, Yahawah, Aisha, Shamayam, Warataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala, Yanawam, YAHANNA, YAHANNA, SHALAM, YAHANNA, YAHWH, SHEMARKA, YAHWH, TZALKA, ALIYAD, YAMYANKA, YAWAMAM, HASHEMASH, LAA, YAKAKA, YARAK, BELAYALA, YAHWH, YASHEMARKA, KALRAI, YASHEMAR, ATHNAPASHKA, YAHWH, YASHEMAR, SHAZAAFKA, WABWAAKA, MAITHA, WAID In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Dami Alaka, Al Takarash, Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Al Yamika, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanayaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Al Amaka, Yariyamwa, Suwad, Wayatai Aitasawa, Al Tasbawanyaka, Amarwa, Rakua, Wanakakira, Goya, Wala, Yazaka, Sham Yashrala, Iwa, Kaya, Nawa Aitasawa, Yakadwa, Alika, Bayaf, Yakarathwa, Mahalia, Adawam, Wayashama Alaya, Mawaba, Wahagaya, Gabal, Imawan, Waimalak, Palashaf, Am Yeshabia, Tasa War, Kam Asha War, Nalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, I.S.U.P.K, Kamadian, Kasaya Sara'a, Kayabian, Manakal, Guayashwan, Nashamadwa, Mayanda Ara, Ayawa, Gaman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nadayabwa, Kaira, Kazaba, Kazabak, Katazalmana, Kal Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarashah, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahayam, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash, Gabiira Yaira, Wakalaba, Talahat, Hayam, Kantaradapma, Masa Iraka, Wabasawa Paska, Gabalam, Malaa, Anyam, Walawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shankar, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabahalwa, Wayai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Lata, Shankar, Yahweh, Labata, Aliyawan, I'll call her in the English, keep not thy silence, O power. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of the Moab and Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Allah. Salam. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the brother of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Salaki, sir, Cap's calling me. Cap Desire is calling me. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a Reb and like Zahab. Yea, or their princes as a Ba and as Amuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame sendeth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their babes with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. I.S.U.P.K curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us. Thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction. And to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into that sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nation and their drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, posse kamikaze, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airway, the cable access channel, and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of our people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way but try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Now loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Because we know by all, that is the angels that have done it. Because we spread through the media, throughout the whole world, causing them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. So which means to turn. Yeshavia, which means to be seated. Salakia. We start in 2 Kings 2:14. Salakia. Give me 1 sec. Bear with me to get there myself. We're gonna start. You said 2:13, right?
You're gonna start at 2:14, sir.
Count
1:14.
1:14, yeah.
1:14, okay. Okay, 1:14. Salakia, I'm at 3. read right now. There's 1, verse 14. Okay, come. Hana Yarada Ash Man Hash Shemayim Wa Ta'akal Ad An Shanya Sharia Hakamashyam Harashan Yum Wa'af Hakamashyaham Wa'aita Dayakwar Napashya Ba'ayan Yika 15. Wa'yadabar Malak Yahweh Allah Yahweh Rada Awafia Awatwa Al Tayara Mapanyawa Wayakwam Wayarad Awatwa Al Hamalak 16. Wayadabar Al Yawa Ka Amar Yahweh Yain Ashar Shalakath Malakyam La Darash Babail Zabawab Allahaya Iquarwan Hamabalia Ayan Allahayam Bayasharala La Darash Badabarya Lakan Ha Mata Ashar Aliyah Sham La Darad Mamana Kaya Mawaf Tamawaf Wayamath Kadabar Yahweh Ashar Dabar Alayawa Wayamalak Yahweh Ram Dakath Bashayah Shatayam La Yahweh Ram Bun Yahweh Shapat Malak Yahweh Da Kaya La Haya Lawa Bun 18. Wayathar Dabarya Akazayawa Ashar Aisha Halawa Hama Katwa Baya Katwabium Il Sapar Dabarya. Where do I stop, Quash?
20, verse 26.
20? There's a 20 in this.
I'm not looking at the phone, sir. What verse are we right now?
18. And that's the last verse from what I see.
Stop it too.
Gone. Ha Yum Yum, La Malakia, Yasharala, Wa Yahaya, Baha Io Waf, Yahweh, Av, Al Yadwa, Basa Ira, Ha Shamyam, Wa Yalak, Lak, Allah Yawa, Lalahaya, Allah Yawa. Wa ala Yashai Man Ha Galgo 2. Wa Ya Amar ala Yawa Al ala Yashai Shabab Na Pa Kaya Yahweh Shalakanya I Bayath Al Wa Ya Amar ala Yashai Kaya Yahweh Wakaya Napashka Izabak Wayaradwa Bayath Al. All right, 2 Kings 2 and 1 and 14. 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Get it in English. Let's do this quick. Shalom. Salakia Baruch Shah, somebody could bring me a cup of water. Baruch Shah for water, sir. Okay, 1 and 14, we're going to come to. Behold, there came fire down from heaven and burnt up the two captains. Just fresh water. Yeah, come. Okay, basically, they're trying to arrest Elijah. God sending fire down to kill them for trying to arrest the righteous man. Behold, there came fire down from heaven and burnt up the two captains of the former 50s with their 50s. Therefore, let my life now be precious in thy sight. 15, and the angel of the Most High said unto Elijah, go down with him and be not afraid of him. And he arose and went down with him unto the king. Okay, so he killed the other two kings, but the last one, the other two captains, right? But the last one was smart, meaning what? He begged Elijah for his life. He realized it was a righteous, innocent man of God, and he said, I'm not about to die like this. Please spare my life. And please, like, I have a job to do. I'm ordered to come bring you to the king. Okay, go with this man, right? 16, and he said unto him, thus saith the Most High, for as much as thou hast sent messengers to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, is it not because there is no God in Israel to inquire of his word? Therefore thou shalt not come down off that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. So he died according to the word of the Most High, which Elijah had spoken. And Jehoram reigned in his stead in the 2nd year of Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, because he had no son. 18, now the rest of the acts of Ahaziah, which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? 2 and 1, and it came to pass, when the Most High would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. 2, and Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Most High hath sent me to Bethel. And Elijah said unto him, as the Most High liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will leave thee. I will not leave thee. Salakia. So they went down to Bethel. Okay, now we're gonna get the story of Elijah and Elisha. Elisha, Salakia. YAHANNA ban YAHANNA ba Ya'ayam. Ashar Bayath Allah Yashai. Okay, that's Elisha. Why Allah Yashai is Elisha. More than likely, that's the Most High says. If somebody want to look it up. Why Amara Allah Yawa Haya Dai Kaya Hayawam. Why it's like Yahweh Lakwak Av Hadan, it's like Adan Yaka, Mile, Raashka, Waya Amar, Gam, Amya, Yadai, Ya, Ha Kashwa, Kasha, 4, Waya Amar Lawa, Allah Yawa, Allah Yashai, Shaba, Na, Pa, Kaya, Yahweh, Shalakanya, Yara Yakwa, Waya Amar, Kaya, Yahweh, Wakaya, Napashka, I.S.U.P.K, Waya Ba'a, Yara Yakwa, 5, Waya Gashwa, Ban YAHANNA ba Ya'ayam, Ashar ba Yara Yakwa, Al Allah Yashai, Waya Amarwa, Al Yawa, Hayadai, Kaya, Hayawam, Yahweh, Lakwak, Az, Adan Yakab, Ma'il, Ra'ashka, Waya Amar Gam Anya, Waya Aitya, Ha-Kashar, 6, Waya Amar Lawa, Al Yahweh, Shabbat Na'a, Pa Kaya, Yahweh, Shalakanya, Hayaradana, Wayamar Kaya Yahweh, Wakaya, Napashka I.S.U.P.K, Wayalakwa, Shan Yaham, 7 Wakamash Yam, Ayash, Mabanya, Nabayayam, Halak Iwa, Waya Imadwa, Managad, Marakawak, Washanayaham, Imadwa, Ayu, Hayaradan, 8 Wayakwak, Alayawa, Adarathwa, Wayagalam, Wayaka, Hamayam, Wayakatazawa, Hana, Wahana, Wayaibarwa, Shanayaham, Bakaraba, 9 Wayahaya, Kaibaram, Wa'al Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Amar al Allah Yashai, Shal, Ma, Aisha, Laka, Bataram, Alakwak, Ma'anka, Waya Amar, Allah Yashai, Waya Na'al, Paya, Shanyam, Barakaka, Ali. 2 and 3. And the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel, the sons of the prophets is another name for the school, is the name of the school during the time of Elisha. Okay, this organization that we are in today has always existed. You have simpletons who will be like, what's called, where do you find I.S.U.P.K in the scriptures? Where do you find the sons of the prophets in the scriptures? There were many prophets during the time of Elisha, but some of them were false, some of them were true. Which one was which? They all had their own names, right? Show me sons of the prophets during the time of Moses. Show me where Moses said, listen to a man named Elijah who runs an organization called Sons of the Prophets. It doesn't exist. So why do you question the name I.S.U.P.K? It's the same goddamn organization. How do you know? Do what Christ said. Know them by their fruits. You got a question?
Yes. What chapter are we on, sir?
For 2 Kings 2 and 3.
2 Kings.
Yeah, come. Okay, I'm going to kind of read through this. Came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, yeah, I know it, and hold you your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Most High hath sent me to Jericho. And he said, as the Most High liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So that they came to Jericho. 5. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Most High will take away thy master from thy head today? And he answered, yea, I know it. Hold you your peace. 6. And Elisha, now what's that another thing telling you? He's going from place to place. At first he was in Gilgal. No, first he's in Bethel. Now he's in Jericho, right? And there's sons of prophets in both places. Meaning what? There's different schools in different locations. Right. But they're all under the same organization, all under the same banner. Right? Okay. 7. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. 8. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground. 9. And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. Now, what's important about this to understand here Notice it refers to Elijah as Elisha's master. But we're not allowed to call anyone Adawan. You realize the word that is in there is Adawan, right? I'll go back and get it for you. Okay? So meaning what? It is righteous and good to call the man that is over you your Adawan, your Lord, your sir, your master. Right? Because that's what happened in here. And we're going to get another instance of the man being called Adawan later on. Waya Amar Hakwashiak La Sha'awo Yakan Tara Athia Lakwak Ma'atka Yahaya Laka Kan Wa'am Ayan La Yahaya 11 Wa Yahaya Hama Halakyam Halawak Wadabar Wahana Rakam Ash Wasawasya Ash Waya Paradiwa Bayan Shana Shanyaham Wayayo Alayawa Basa Ira Hashamyam 12 Wa'al Yashai Ra Wahawa Matazai Kwa Abaya Rakab Yashrala Wa Parash Yawa Wa La'a Ra'awa Iwad Wa Yakzak Wa Yazak Wa Kazak Babagad Yawa Waya Quarain La Shanyam Quarayam 13 Wayaram Adarath Ala Yahweh Ashar Napala Ma'il Yawa Wayasha Waya Imad Io Shapath Hayaradan 14 Wayakwak Ath Adarath Ala Yawa Ashar Napala Ma'il Yawa Wayaka Ath Hamayam Wayamar Aya Yahweh Alahaya Alayawa Ab Hawa Wayaka Ab Hamayam Wayakatazatwa Hana Wahana Waya Ibar Ala Yashai 15 Wayara'awa Banya Hanabaya Yam Hanabaya Yam Ashar Bayara Yakwa Banagad Waya Amarwa Naka Raka Alayawa Ayo Ala Yashai Wayabaawa Lakwarath Waya Shatak Wawa it's like a Waya Shatakwa Lawa Arataza 16 Waya Amarwa Alayawa Hana Na Yash Ab Ibadyaka Hamashyam Anashyam Banya Kayal Yalakwa Na'a Wayaba Kwashwa Salakia Adanyaka Pan Nasha'awa Raka Yahawa Waya Shalakawa Ba'akad Haharyam Awa Ba'akath Hagaya Awa Waya Amar La'a Dashalakwa. Salakia in English 10. And he said, Thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. He's like, so he's basically saying, I want double what you got. Like he just saw Elijah use, okay, just so you know, capes, like superhero capes are black culture. Like James Brown, like that's like, this is our culture, like to wear a cape. A cape you'll see in movies and such. A cape is usually worn by nobility, like kings and priests. That's what it shows. It shows nobility. It shows grandeur and greatness, right? A mantle, when you see it biblically, you look it up, that's a cape. Right. So when Elijah took the mantle and smoked the water and basically split the water so he could pass over, he basically took a cape and split the water. And he's like, I want that power. I want double of that power. That's what Elisha said. Right? And Elijah's like, that's a hard thing to ask for. But if you can stay with me and watch me be taken up by the Most High, you can have that. 11. And it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind unto heaven. 12. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in 2 pieces. 13. And he took up also the mantle of Elisha that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. So he takes Elijah's mantle afterwards, right? Right?
My apologies.
Yeah, of course.
The chariots of Israel, I know those are spaceships. What are the horsemen thereof? What does that represent?
Salakia, would you know, sir? Salakia, Cap. Salakia, huh? Yeah, Cap, I understand. You good, Cap. Do you know what the horsemen are? I'll read the verse again. No, not the 4 horsemen. The chariots. 12. And Elisha saw it, and he, Salakia. 11. And it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. Elisha went up by a whirlwind into heaven. You know, the horses of fire. Khan, but what are the horses exactly? Khan, I'll get back to you. Yeah, Khan. Well, I'll get the answer from General Muhammad, the exact answer. Khan, I'll get back to you, brother.
Cool.
Okay. And he took the mantle of Elijah, which that fell from him, and smote the waters, and said, where is the Most High power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither. And Elisha went over. 15. And when the sons of the prophets, which were to view at Jericho, saw him, they said, the spirit of Elijah doth rest on Elisha. And they came to meet him, and bowed themselves to the ground before him. 16. And they said unto him, behold, now there be with thy servants 50 strong men. Now, what does that let you know? Who's the thy servant? Who's the thy? The thy is Elisha. Which means what? Now the Khan.
Which means when Elisha's in charge.
Elisha's in charge. But it doesn't just mean that. Elisha's in charge. Like you got homosexuals in charge of fake Israelite groups. But those groups don't believe that in any type of rank structure. We're all brothers. But what did they say? How did they refer to themselves? As what? Khan?
Service to the people?
No, not servants to the people.
Oh, you're talking about what are the 50 strong men see themselves as? Or
what did they refer to themselves as?
Servants to
Elisha, right? Right? We are thy servants. Why? Because he's their master. What did they say before? Your master is about to part. The Most High is about to take him. Because they understand there's a rank structure. Right? What's it called? That's what it means. This is a good precept, not only to show for the school, like the school existed in the past, but it is also a good, to also show that said school in the past had a rank structure. Okay, God, like you thinking the scripture says everything's done decently and in order. How can you have order with no rank structure? Everything we do in rank is done as rank. Y'all know when we get into a car, what happens when we get into a car? Who gets shotgun? The person who calls it? No, the highest ranking man gets shotgun. Unless for any other reason, like the certain person got to give directions or whatever. Otherwise, the highest ranking man gets that shotgun. And they said unto him, Behold, now there be with thy servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master. Lest peradventure the Spirit of the Most High have taken him up and cast him upon some mountain or into some valley. And he said, Ye shall not send. Okay, so they're asking to go find Elijah. Like, where did the Most High take him? Don't go looking for him. 17, okay. Waya Patazar wa Bawa Aid Basha. Waya Amar Shalakwa. Waya Shalakwa. Hamashayam. Kamashayam. Ayash. Waya Bakwashwa. Shalasha. Yam Wala'a. Matazawa. Waya Shabwa, Allah Yawa, Waya Hawa, Yashab, Bayara Yakwa, Waya Amar Allaham, Halawa, Amarath Ya, Allah Yakam, Al Talakwa, 19, Waya Amarwa, Anashya, Ha-Ayar, Al Allah Yashai, Hana, Na'a, Mawa, Shab, Ha'ayar, Tawab, Kashar. Let me know when I'm supposed to end. Babashar, Adanya, Ra'a, Wahamya, Ra'ayam, Waha Arataza, Masha Kalak, Waya Amar, Kwakwa, Laya, Tazalak, Lakkath, Kadasha. We in 20 now. Washayam wa Sham, Malak, Wayakwakwa, Alayawa. 21. Wayatazar, Al Mawatazar, Hamayam, Waya Shalak, Sham, Malak, Waya Amar, Ka, Amar, Yahweh, Rapa'ath, Wa'ya, Lamayam, Ha'ala, La, Yahaya, Masham, Iwad, Mawaf, Wamashakalath, 22, Wayarab, Hamayam, Hayawam, Azar, Kadabar, Al Yashai, Ala Yashai, Ashar, the bar, 23, Wayail, Masham, Bayath, Al Wahayawa, Ila, Badarak, Wanair, Irium, Quatanium, Yataza'a, Man, Ha'ayar, Waya Taqwalaswa, Bawa, Waya Amarwa, Lawa, Ila, Quarak, Ila, Quarak. Back in verse 17. For thus saith the Most High, ye shall not see wind, neither shall ye see rain. Oh, Salakia. I'm in the wrong verse. And when they urged him, so he was ashamed, he said, send. Then it was send. They sent therefore 50 men, and they sought 3 days, but found him not. So they couldn't find Elijah. 18. And when they came again to him, for he tarried at Jericho, he said unto them, Did I not say unto you, Go not? And the men of the city said unto Elisha, Behold, I pray thee, the situation of the city is pleasant, as my Lord seeth, but the water is not, and the ground barren. 20. And he said, Bring me a new cruse, and put salt therein. And he brought it to him. And he went forth unto the spring of the waters, and cast the salt in there, and said, Thus saith the Most High, I have healed these waters. There shall not be from thence any more death or barren land. 22. So the waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake. 23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him. This is a classic. And said unto him, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head. I'm gonna get out of here, Baldy. Get out of here, Baldy. Let me read this quickly. So that was just 4 we just read, right? This is the 5th step now, Con. We're almost out of here. What time is it? 10:09? Oh, we'll be making good time. 24. Wayapun Akarua, Wayaraam, Wayakwalalam, Basham, Yahweh, Watatazana, Shatayam, Dabayam, Man, Hayir, Watabakwain, Maham, Arabayam, Washanya, Yaladam. 25. Wayalak, Masham, Al, Har, Karamal, Karmal, Wamasham, Shabbat, Shamarwan. 3 and 1. Wayahawa Waram, Ban, Akab, Malak, Ail, Yasharala, Bashamarwan, Bashanach, Shamana, Aishara, La Yahawa Shapat, Malak, Yahawa Da, Waya Malak, Shatyam, Aishara, Shana. 2. Waya Aisha Harai, Ba'ayan Yahweh, Rakwa, La, Ka'ab Yawa, Wa Ka'amawa, Wa Yasar, Ab, Matazabah, Habail, Ashar, Aisha, Abba Yawa, Rakwa, in 3 now. Baka Ta'awa, Yarabain, Bun, Nabat, Ashar, Hakataya, Ab, Yasharala, Dabak, La'asar, Mamana, 4. Wamayashar, Malak, Mawab, Haya, Nakwad, Hashaya, La Malak, Yasharala, Ma'ab, Alab, Karyam, Ma'ab, Alab, Ayalayam, Tazamar. 5. Wayahaya, Kamawav, Akaba, Wayapashar, Malak, Mawab, Ba Malak, Yasharala. Okay. Now let's hear about these kids. I'm going to call somebody bald. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them. In the name of the Lord. God don't give a damn about your kids, Con.
No, I just have a question.
Con.
In the Hebrew for verse 3, that first word, how do you say it? The first on verse 3, literally that first word.
Rakwa. Con.
Okay.
Rakwa is like nevertheless. Okay, yeah, Con. Okay. and cursed them in the name of the Most High. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and bare 42 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria. God don't care about your kids. God will kill your kids instantly. He chose a grown man's life over 42 kids. That's how God feels about your kids. 42. Now Jehoram, the son of Ahab, began to reign over Israel and Samaria the 18th year of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, and reigned 12 years. And he wrought evil in the sight of the Most High, but not like his father and like his mother. For he put away the image of Baal that his father had made. 3. Nevertheless, he cleaved unto the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which made Israel to sin. He departed not therefrom. 4. And Mesha, king of Moab, was a sheep master, and rendered unto the king of Israel 100,000 lambs and 100,000 rams with the wool. But it came to pass when Ahab was dead, that the king of Moab rebelled against the king of Israel. Meaning what? We had this king paying taxes, the king of Moab, which is the Chinese today. We had them paying us taxes. But the problem is, when that king died, the Most High stirred up the Moabites to rebel against us and not pay their taxes. So now, now we're having to deal with that. Hold up one sec. Okay, come. We in S6, right? Okay, 6. Waya Lawa Alaya Shabbat Na'a. Wait, sorry. We in 2, right? 2 and 6?
3.
3 and 6. Okay, okay, I know I was messed up. All right, 3 and 6. Waya Taza'a Hamalak Yahawaram Bayalam Hahawa Mashamar 1. Waya Pequad Av Kal Yasharala 7. Wayashalak Al Yahawa Shapat Malak Yahawada La'amar Malak Mawa'abash Pashai Baya Hatalak Afya Al Mawa'aba La Malakama Waya Amar Aila Kamawanya Kamawak Yakan Ka'anya Ka'anka Kasawasayaka 18. Waya Amar Ayaza Hadarak Naila Waya Amar Darak Madabar Adawam 9. Wayalak Malak Yasharala Wayalak Yahawada wa Malak Adawam Wayasabwa Darak Shabai Yam Wala'a Haya Mayam La Makana Wa La Bahama Ashar Baragal Yaham 11 Salaki. The other is 10. Waya Amar Malak Yasharala Aha Kaya Kwara Yahawa La Shalashath Ha Malakiam Ha Allah Latav Awatam Bayad Mawaba 11. Waya Amar Yahawa Shapat Ha Ayan Pa Nabaya La Yahaw Wa Nadarasha Af Yahaw Salakia Af Yahaw Ma'awaf Yitwa Wa Ya'ain Af Salakia Akad Ma'ibad Ya Malak Yasharala Wa Ya Amar Pa Allah Yashai, Ban, Shapat, Shar, Yatazakwa, Mayum, Ayu, Yabya, Allah Yahweh, Allah Yahweh. 12. Waya Amar, Yahweh Shapat, Yash, Awakwa, Dabar, Yahweh, Waya Radwa, Allah Yahweh, Malak, Yasharala, Waya Shapat, Wa Malak, Adawam. Let's look at this in English real quick. Salakia, this is starting at 6. And King Jehoram went out of Samaria the same time and numbered all Israel. And he went and sent to Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, saying, the king of Moab hath rebelled against me. Wilt thou go with me against Moab to battle? And he said, I will go up. I am as thou art, my people as thy people, and my horses as thy horses. Meaning we'll be the same today. And he said, which way shall we go up? And he answered, the way through the wilderness of Edom. So the king of Israel went, and the king of Judah, and the king of Edom. And they fetched a compass of 7 days' journey. And there was no water for the host, and for the cattle that followed them. And the king of Israel said, alas, that the Most High have called these 3 kings together to deliver them into the hand of Moab. But Jehoshaphat there, is there not here a prophet of the Most High, that we may inquire of the Most High, by him? And one of the king of Israel's servants answered and said, here is Elisha, the son of Shaphat, which poured water on the hands of Elijah. Salakia, Cap asleep again? Let him sleep. Huh? No, I had a question. It's all good. I'll get it later. Khan on the hand, which poured water on the hands of Elijah. 12. And Jehoshaphat said, the word of the Most High is with him. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat and the king of Edom went down to him. Khan 13 to 19. Yeah, come. This is 6 or 7? This is the last set. All right, come. Waya Amar ala Yashai al Malak Yasharala Ma Laya Walak Walaka al Nabayaya Abayaka Wa'al Nabayaya Amaka Waya Amar Lawa Malak Yasharala al Kaya Kwara Yahweh La Shalasha Ha Malakium Ha Allah La Lata Awatam Bayad Mawaba 14. Waya Amar Allah Yashai Kaya Yahweh Tazabawa Lashar Imadathia La Panyawa Kaya Lawalia Panya Yahweh Shapat Malak Yahweh Da Anya Nasha'a Abayat Alayaka Wa'am Ara'aka Wa'aita Wakwa Laya Managan Wahaya Kanagan Hamanagan Wathaya Iowa Yad Yahweh Waya Amar Ka Amar Yahweh Aisha Hanakal Hazar Gabayam 17. Kaya Ka Amar Yahweh Laya Tara'a Raka Wala Tara Gasham Wahanakal Hahawa, Yamala, Mayam, Wa Shatayam, Shatayatam, Atam, Wa Makwan Yakam, Wa Bahamakam, 18, Wa Nakwal, Zaaf, Ba'ayanya, Yahweh, Wa Nathan Av, Mawa'aba, Bayadakam, 19, Wahakayatam, Kal, Ayar, Mabatazar, Wakal, Ayar, Mabakawar, Wakal, Itazar, Tawab, Tapayawa, Wakal, Ma'ayanya, Mayam, Tasatam, Wakal, Hakalakwa, Hatawaba, Takaab, Ba'abanya. Come. Last verse.
It says this.
Last
Last right here.
Yakan.
Go read English now.
Yakan. The English now. Count 13. And Elijah said unto the king of Israel, what have I to do with thee? Get thee to the prophets of thy father, and to the prophets of thy mother. And the king of Israel said unto him, nay, for the Most High hath called these 3 kings together to deliver them into the hand of Moab. 14. And Elisha said, as the Most High of hosts liveth. Now understand, the Most High host means army. Understand, the scriptures has context. Sometimes when you'll see army, it's for a reason. Like the Most High and his prophets want to remind you in this instance, I control warfare. I control armies. Who wins and loses the fight is up to me. Remember this. Right? Liveth, before whom I stand, surely, were it not that I regard the presence of Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, I would not look toward thee, nor see thee. You're lucky to have this conversation with me. You're lucky with him, because otherwise I won't even talk to you. That's how much I don't like you. All right? 15. But now bring me a minstrel. And it came to pass when the minstrel played that the hand of the Most High came upon him. And he said, like, play me a tune, basically. Thus saith the Most High, make this valley full of ditches. 17. For thus saith the Most High, ye shall not see wind, neither shall ye see rain, yet that valley shall be filled with water, that ye may drink, both ye and your cattle and your beasts. 18. And this is but a light thing in the sight of the Most High. He will deliver the Moabites also into your hand. 19. And ye shall smite every fenced city and every choice city, and shall fell every good tree, and stop all wells of water, and mar every good piece of land with stones. Right? So this is the Most High basically saying you are going to win against the Moabites in this battle. Right? You may be afraid of it, but that's going to happen. You're going to win. That, I mark him up here. Khan. Yeah, Khan. I guess we'll just do this much prayer. All right. Khan, what's going on?
Sorry about that. Quick question. You said the Lord of hosts. In other words, that's his army when they say Lord of hosts.
Host means army. You can look that up.
Host means army.
Khan.
Lord of armies.
Right. Okay, Khan. All right. Shapar. Khan. Young, which means 1 and 2. YAHANNA, which means to Israel. Shapar, which means horn. We only gonna do the first, sir. I got confirmation for us call. He said 10:30, so. I imagine which means to stand. Shalom upon your hakadam means turn and face the east. We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, I.S.U.P.K, Yahawa, Malakwika, Tama'ah, Ratazaka, I.S.U.P.K, Barataza, Kuwa, I.S.U.P.K, Bashamayim, Talanawa, Kam, Uwam, Masalakanawa, Kabwatanawa, Kasalakanawa, Kabwatiyanawa, Mala'ah, Abiyanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Abashayanawa, Mayan, Salakia, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Ha'ala, Tapara, Lavalamium, Rahman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, and will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Silence means return. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Barak, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Yad B'tah, dismissed. Come, go out. Come.